was happy that one paper would pick up this story and put it on the front page, because this is a very difficult situation, and there needs to be a focus to bring those children and those civilians back.
Could you tell us what happened to your father?
Yes, when he was a prisoner in Auschwitz, he was carrying a ladder with a second prisoner, and Göth took aim and shot at them. And my father wasn't very tall. He was a young boy at that time, and the bullet grazed his head, went over him, and killed the man carrying the ladder with him.
And Göth was also quite notorious for his killer dogs, wasn't he, in the camp?
Yes.
Your father mastered looking after them, which helped him to survive.
Yes.
What did your father see those dogs do to people in the camp?
They were let loose to kill people just at will. He was sadistic. He was a sadist. He wanted to see people suffer. When he let loose the dogs, my father was in the crowd too, but because they knew him, they didn't attack him. But they did attack other people and kill them. My father knew how to handle dogs. He had a very good relationship with dogs. He had them at home for a long time, and he knew how to relate to what to do with those dogs. And he wasn't afraid of them, and that's why they didn't attack him. So he was the one to take the dogs for walks and get food for them. And in those containers where he took the food for the dogs, he also smuggled out some food for the people in his barracks. And that's how they could survive, by getting food from time to time that wasn't meant for them. And when the Nazis came and wanted to inspect the containers with the dog food, my father just said, "Rolf," and the dog showed his teeth, and they were so afraid they didn't touch and examine the containers.
All of these things that we've just been talking about, it's the absolute peak of anti-Semitism. What are your feelings about what you're seeing as the rise of anti-Semitism now as a result of what's happened in Israel?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It's terrible what is happening. It's happening. What's happening in the region? October 7th was brutal, inhumane. It was something beyond what a battle is or what war is. And not only that, it takes what's happening now in Europe, in the US. The anti-Semitism is rising by 300-400%.
We're seeing it in the UK as well. A lot of anti-Semitism, it's rising quite a lot there. But on the streets, we're seeing lots of people marching. This weekend is a special weekend in our calendar where we remember the war. We remember, people who died in the wars. Remembrance Sunday. This weekend, many thousands of marchers are planning to march for a very different cause. It's somewhat odd, isn't it, that that's happening when we remember the war.
Yes.
But also for different reasons. Your memories are obviously very different. Your family's memories are different.
I'm very happy that my father isn't alive to see what is happening now, because I don't think he thought this would be possible. Jewish people are afraid to show their name. People are afraid to be recognized as Jews. I know that people take the mezuzah off the door.
What is that?
It's a scroll that you have on your door.
That shows that you're Jewish.
And people are afraid to wear the Star of David.
Yeah.
And
you're telling me that people with Jewish names are removing the names from doorbells and things like that. Yes. Your father wouldn't be very, very happy, would he?
Yes. I knew he saw the move to the right in Austria in the late 80s, beginning of the 90s. And we were talking about maybe moving, if this could happen again. But I think he never would have expected what is happening now. And people are silent. And the media is silent. Or they are... I try to watch CNN. I try to hear what the BBC says. And...
what are your concerns about the BBC, Maja?
I don't see the hostages being on the forefront, and I was happy that one paper would pick up this story and put it on the front page, because this is a very difficult situation, and there needs to be a focus to bring those children and those civilians back. There are the elderly, there are women, there are civilians who are not soldiers, which shouldn't be in the middle of this. I'm afraid when my daughter, who's 8, hears about what happened, so I don't want her to hear that. And those children at the same age are alone with no one to help them. There's no one to give them hope that they're going to get out of this.